it's April with Cricut Crafting. Tammy was having an issue trying to create a flap on a card. So I made these for her and she asked how to do it. Now I did do these in a square for this card and just moved it over here, but I'm going to show you basically how I did this and how we can round these corners if you want them rounded. So first what I did is I inserted a shape. And I'm going to hide these two so that we can see what we're doing here. Let me go ahead and hide that and hide that. So this is what I started with. I went in and changed the color so that I could see my lines that I was working with. I then changed the size, and I just went with a 4x6, and this can be changed and stretched. And let's go there. Oh, I'm sorry, I did that 6x4. I always do that backwards. Okay, now we have a 4x6 card. And the next thing that I want to do is insert shape again and score line. And I'm going to duplicate it. And I wanted to give myself about a 1/2 inch to between 1/4 and 1/2 inch on the sides. This is an insert that will go inside a card now. So I'm going to, just to make it easy, insert a shape, and I used a square, and I just shrunk it down, and that's 583. That's about a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to move that line over to make sure I have it on point there, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. That looks about right, so that I have the same distance on each side of the card. And I am going to Control, select them both, and I'm going to align to the top and attach. And that way if I move them, it won't matter. Now I'm going to insert another score line, and I'm going to rotate this one 90 degrees. And we don't want that to go all the way across, because when we change it, if that goes all the way across, then it's going to affect the cutting, and it'll cut straight across and not give her that little thumb tab that she's wanting. Let's just make sure that these are the same size. I'm going to unlock that, and let's see. That looks like it's 5 inches wide, so that's what we want on our score line, 5 inches. I'm going to leave this one as a score and move it up here to the top of this one. And I'm not going to attach it yet. I just want that to sit there. You can duplicate that. I just as soon insert another one. And I am going to rotate this one 90 degrees. And we're going to bring that right to the bottom. And I'm going to shorten it. I'm just going to leave that there for now. You don't want this to overhang. You want it to be right there, because these are going to become cut lines. Now I'm going to insert a shape, a circle, and I'm going to shrink that. And I want it to be approximately like that. So that's about a good size. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to shrink that one, just very slightly shrink it. And then I'm going to select both circles, going to align, center, and I'm going to slice it. I'm going to get rid of that one and I'm going to get rid of that one, and I'm just left with that. And if that's too heavy for you, you can always go in and make that thinner, and I think that I will. That's a little heavy for what we're doing. That's 917. Let's make this 9. Not 9-1. Let me undo that. Undo. There we go. That was 9. I'm going to make that one 0.9. I wanted to leave my 0 and my point there, and I missed it. Now let's select them both. Align, center, and slice. And that one is too close. So let's undo. It takes some playing with it. Let's go to this one here. And let's see. 0.890. Let's try that. And align, center. Oops, I didn't get it. Okay, that's 890. That one's the 9. Let me just undo. And design space, there we go. My circle was a little slow. They're both, that one's 917. And that one's 9. We want this one to be 8.90. 8.9. 0.890. There we go. That looks like it might work. Align, center, and slice. Much better. So when you've got that very thin like that, that's what you want. Insert, we're just going to use this bar that we had previously. And get about as much tab as you want. That looks good to me. And slice it. And this is the only piece we want. We can get rid of all of that. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to align, center horizontally. Now we know that that is where it needs to be. I'm just going to slide this down. It doesn't matter. We're not aligning the lines yet. And now I want another. I want to duplicate that. I can't believe I got that right the first time. I don't think I do. I'm going to double check that. It looks right. Huh. I couldn't do that again if I tried. Now that we have our basic shape. Now if you want these corners rounded, you're going to do the same thing with some circles. You're just going to insert your circle and make it, this one is going to be tiny, tiny. And you'll just want to round that up. And if you can see, it's going to knock off that corner. You're going to do the same thing that we did with this one here, and you can round these corners if you want. Just for time purposes on this video, I'm not going to do that. Now we attached these two earlier. We're just going to click on that over here in the layers panel and change it to cut. And you can see that line changed. And then the other as well to cut. And they're a little long. So we're going to adjust those. Just going to select them. Oh, went the wrong way. Let's detach. And shorten that up. The same thing here. Just shorten it up. While we have it detached, select this one. Change it from a score to a cut. And this one from a score to a cut. These lines will now cut. You want to make sure that they are lined up and touching. You don't want to go over, but you do want them to touch. and then leave this top one a score. Select them all and attach. Then you can bring your card in. If you've got a rectangle that's rounded or square, select, and you want to align center horizontally. If you hit center, it's going to push it way up here because of this half circle. So you just want to align it where you want at the top and then center it that way. Select it and attach. Now that will cut this flap and you'll have a score line at the top for folding. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. This is just a short video that I've done for Facebook group chat only, so I probably won't be putting it on YouTube. But please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe if you like this video.